Hello, chums. Richard David Warlock here. I'm going to do an awakening reading. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I've recently done a karmic one and my first Dark Night of the Soul reading. So let's do an awakening one. So as always, these are collective. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Now, if you're not sure what an awakening is, it is basically one of two things. Well, it can go one of two ways. You either get Tower card awakening moments where something pretty drastic happens. It can sometimes be good. And it's like a giant bitch slap from the universe to get you into new energy. The other way, which is probably a little bit more common, especially as we go through the ascension process, is people getting poke by the universe going, there is more that you can be doing, or you're not happy in this current situation. Now, I must stress and state that I do often get people coming for a reading with me who are going through an awakening, and they're perfectly happy in the relationships, they're perfectly happy in their family dynamic, and they are perfectly happy in their jobs. However, they have this gnawing, nagging feeling that they should be doing more, or there's something else out there for them. So that can happen as well. I should say, if you feel like you're going through an awakening, or you're stuck in a toxic karmic cycle of some sort, then I do kind of specialise in those readings. Okay. Quickest and cheapest way to get a reading from me is via the recorded options in the link in my bio. They start from £10, so they are extremely affordable. Different options, different pricing bandings available, so feel free to go and have a look. Right, so let's have a look and see what's cracking off. Right. Oops, almost dropped him. I am using the Blackwater deck just to mix things up a little bit. I do like this deck. They're very dark. They're basically the Rider-Waite's, but some of the imagery has been altered slightly. Ooh. Right, okay. Right, let's go through this and get started. So the first card is the Three of Swords in the reverse position. Swords rates their way we think, words we use. Okay. Now, upright position, this is the Heartbreak card. So in this deck, they've gone for a literal heart with swords in it. Nice. Reverse position, it's normally that we're starting to release something that we're carrying with us. So something from the past, some past pain, some past hurt. And it's going to be because it's stuck up here, because it's swords, and we're going through a release process. Okay, it's got a little bit of a feel, if I'm honest with you, of somebody who potentially has recently had a Tower card moment or has realised that they are having an awakening and they realise they need to do some release. Okay, we've then got the Moon card in the reverse position. Now, the Moon card is often when we feel like something's off, we can't put our finger on it, or we're looking for answers in something, we're scrabbling around, trying to get the piece of the jigsaw puzzle together. Now, in the upright position, the Moon card says no point looking yet. Okay, it's not ready to be revealed. It's normally you need to do a bit more work on yourself, such as release, or there's something else in the background that needs to play out first. Okay, now, reverse position, you're going to start getting some answers soon. Okay, now, these answers often come through in our dreams, hence the Moon. And it'll be there's something in your unconscious that needs unlocking, and you go, right, I get it now. I get why I behave that way, why I put up with that, etc. Or in this case, why I've been feeling off. Okay. There can be messages from spirit and there can be messages from the universe. Now, when these dreams come through, they will be vivid, but they're often cryptic. So whenever I see this card, I say try and get into the habit of keeping a dream journal, because it will just make your life easier moving forwards to work things out. We've then got the Ace of Wands in the reverse position. So wands relates to element of fire. We're generally talking about taking some kind of action. Now, upright position, aces are about going, right, long term, what is it that I'm doing? What is it that I'm going for? It's in the reverse position, okay, which means you're holding off on doing that. So I'm going to amend what I said slightly. You may be aware that you are going through an awakening, but you've not yet decided what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and there's a little bit of holding off on that. Okay, hopefully, I mean, if this pops up on your For You page and you go, oh, right, okay, I think it's because I'm going through awakening, let's assess what's going on, where I'm going. That might help. However, I don't think it is at first, because we've then got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse positions. Pentacles relates to the element of earth. Can be money and finance, can be non-financial wealth. So that's what you invest your time, efforts, and energies in. Now, in the upright position, we often call this the apprenticeship card or apprentice card, because he's sat there, he's banging away at his pentacles. He knows he's not a master of his skill yet. And this deck, you can see quite a large variation in the pentacles there, but he knows he's on his way to something better, to become a master, to be a master of his skill and craft, and he's happy doing that. In the reverse position, this card often talks to me about just grinding through. So it's almost like you get some answers, you start putting off what is it that I want to do, and then you go back to the routine, but you're realizing it's becoming frustrating. So if it was work, for example, it may be that you're supposed to be doing something completely different, absolutely completely different, You get some answers to why you're holding off on doing that, but you continue to hold off. You go, right, no, it's too much, can't handle it. Right, let's keep grinding through. Okay. But so that's when the frustration kicks in. Now, we then got the Hierophant in the reverse position. Now, the Hierophant's one of the divine masculines. It's the divine masculine on a more spiritual based level. Now, there's one or two ways we can go with this. We can go for the zodiac reference, my star sign Taurus. So in the upright position, it can talk about sticking to some kind of tradition. In the reverse position, we can talk about breaking away from that. Okay. If we're going that way, and I don't know where we're going to go until we get the overall outcome card, that's going to be a positive thing. It's very much like, no, I need to break out of this routine because I'm just grinding away, getting nowhere. The other way we can go, which does link into an awakening of sorts, is that the Hierophant in the upright position talks about going on some kind of self-driven journey of discovery about yourself or spiritual journey, etc. In that case, in the reverse position, you're either holding off or you don't have time to do it. So the linchpin here is going to be the overall outcome card. Hanged Man. Right, so the Hanged Man for me is a leap of faith card. Okay, I know a lot of readers only focus on the Fool. Yes, the Fool is a leap of faith card, but it has other connotations as well. The Hanged Man is always a leap of faith card for me because we're stuck with a decision. Do I go down the left path? Do I go down the right path? Do I stick? Do I twist? Okay. The problem is friends and family can give us their advice and opinions, but this option of moving forward and following this awakening through is ultimately down to you. Okay. The problem is you're looking for guarantees. And in life, especially when it comes to a big life lesson like an awakening, there are no guarantees. So you have to make a choice at some point. Now, the slightly more positive thing is it's in the upright position. So yes, you're still stuck there going, do I do it? Don't I do it? But in the reverse, in the upright position, the Hanged Man talks about a shift in perspective. Okay, so although you're still stuck there going, do I do it, don't I do it, you are going to start shifting your outlook on the situation. Now, you might shift your outlook on the situation and go, no, this isn't for me. I'm going to go back and sit in my cave, hiding away and going back to grinding my pentacles. Or you might go, no, I'm going to do it. Surprisingly, shock horror, the obstacle or blockage cards is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is very similar to the Hanged Man. Cross swords, way we think, words we use, decisions, left path, right path, stick or twist, and you're the figure there, blindfolded, burying your head in the sand. The problem is when you go through an awakening, you cannot then all of a sudden go, no, I'm going to go back to the way things were, because you've seen that there could be more. You've seen that you have a greater purpose. It's the whole Matrix thing. You know what I mean? You can't take the pill and then pretend it never happened. The obstacle or blockage here is burying your head in regards to the situation and just remaining stuck in the current energy. Final card removing any blockages. Knight of Wands in the reverse position. Wands, fire, action. Knights, forward motion. Now, the court cards can be an energy within ourselves. That can be the energy of somebody else around us. Knights don't have the knowledge or experience the kings and the queens. More 7 pages, but more about forward motion, taking action, and rushing forwards. With it being in the reverse position, we're talking about holding off. I'm going to go for don't be running off from this. You need to face it. Now, you might decide that you don't want to go on this journey. It's too much. That's perfectly fine. Personally, I'd say that you're kind of going to waste your life if you do that and opportunities. However, in spiritual terms, we believe in reoccurring lives. So guess what? You'll get the opportunity again next time round. But yeah, there we go. A lot of stuck energy. This is one of those where it is literally going to be down to you. Down to you what you're going to do. So I'm going to wish you luck. Take care. Ta-ta for now.